How to get out of Jeopardy? And the answer is, you have to break their laws. Me, hi folks. Just want to remind you that Ivo is on his annual vacation. He's back on El Duran, with his parents last night, and he's visiting with our grandchildren and our daughter Ayana as well. Probably seeing friends, maybe speaking to the Vegan Council and giving updates on our progress. I was watching him last night. He connected with me, even more so than we usually are. We're telepathically connected, and also he watches me with a disco ball type sphere, and then I believe there are plasma links as well between us and my other body, which is in an induced coma. Last night he focused on me as I was in the house, watching videos, and I could see him in our home on El Duran, wearing comfortable silk-like clothes, slouching in the white chair he likes to sit in, talking to his mother Leila and his dad, Martin. I guess they're getting an ET-level explanation of my life and his work, and I have to admit I was envious because I wanted to hear what he was saying to them, but I couldn't. He just kept stopping and focusing on looking at me and smiling. We were watching each other. I'm sure an aspect of my consciousness was there, standing in front of him. That's what I do when I astral project around the galaxy to meet people. Sometimes I'm there myself, and other times I'm seeing parts of past lives. So Adama is pinch hitting for you for the next 3 weeks while Ivo is away. Along with everyone else I get messages from. Me, Adama, can we discuss this please? I'm here. Me, thank you. We know this world is created from our thoughts, in higher unseen levels of our being, our consciousness. And to change this world, we have to change our consciousness. What about once something has manifested, how do we change that? What I'd like to specifically point out is that we live in the Matrix, all created with our energy by the Illuminati, to enslave us. If we are a person with only the perspective of a physical person, no knowledge or awareness that there are many dimensional levels we live in, how would they be able to get out of the conundrum they're in now? People are protesting, and that's great, but as soon as they do, they're probably turning on the TV to see if they made the news that night, stopping off at Walmart to buy food for supper, and then going out to the movies that night. The fact is, I believe, that unless you give up all of these things, you've made no progress at all, because the deep state has to have the plug pulled out, and that means financially. What say you, Adama? Adama, I believe this is correct, Sheran. If you continue to fund the deep state, you've accomplished nothing. People must be willing to give up their jobs and walk away from the system, and become self-sufficient, otherwise you have accomplished nothing at all. It is that the militia, the white hats, and the GFL are pursuing these Illuminati characters and arresting them, that they are being rendered neutral. Your people need to stop complying with their control efforts. Of course, there will be repercussions, but it is just the fact that you are all not on the same line of thinking that you cannot organize against the deep state. It's because you're of different mindsets is where the problem lies. I believe you are starting such a community next year, are you not, Sheran? Me, I am. Absolutely going to start this. We'll find ways around everything they try to throw at us. That is to say, if they even have that much power anymore. They probably will. Adama, so you are exercising the physical solution. You're giving people a platform to express their true desires to live free of these constraints. Me, yes. But we need to do this now. Protesting is all fine and good, it shows your mindset has changed, but if you keep doing all the things that the Illuminati has provided to enslave you, you've gotten nowhere. Adama, you personally have no television set. Me, I don't. Adama, and you have been minimizing the time you've spent on the computer lately, preferring to sit in the sunshine and speak to your neighbors. Me, yes. Adama, you've boycotted Walmart, you shop elsewhere. And you've minimized your Amazon purchases. Me, yes. Adama, you have signs up on the back of your car and tell people of your website at every opportunity. Me, yes. Adama, you are not a consumerist. You buy only what you require. Me, true. Adama, any money you do spend is to keep yourself alive and to further your quest to free this world. Such as books you may read. Me, yes. Adama, you like to shop at the local greengrocers. Me, yes. So why am I still bothered by this? I'm doing everything I possibly can not to comply and not to feed the Illuminati's pockets. They created this economic system to enslave us, and so we have to hit them where it hurts, in their wallets. Defund the system. Stop giving them money and our energy. What would I do if I were working right now? I don't work a traditional job. I sell books and I'm doing that through Amazon, so really that's a no-no. If I changed and started selling them through my website, I'd have to find a way to do it that doesn't take a lot of my time. I'm looking at doing a print run of one book to see the costs involved. So I am looking into alternatives, but in fact if I pull my money out of the system, it doesn't matter if nobody else does it. Adama, exactly. There must be enough of you to make an impact. Me, people still watch TV, Netflix, they're on the internet. They enjoy the conveniences that the deep state has provided to us just a bit too much. They don't realize they've been robbed of a life because they spend so much time on these things. What I realized is sitting in front of this box makes my chronic fatigue worse. How I don't know, but it does. So I limit my time now. Adama, your technology is not healthy technology. It's not good for your health, in fact it enslaves you to it. You stare at a light box all day which lowers your frequency. Think about it. If your frequency is 10 Hz and the light is 5 Hz, then you're staring at something that is half your frequency and interacting with it all day and night. It lowers your personal frequency. Our technology is frequency specific. You get out of the computer only to the extent that you have the frequency to acquire information. If you have a fifth dimensional frequency, you will get fifth dimensional information. If you have a ninth dimensional frequency as I have, you will receive information that aligns with your frequency. Me, wow. Adama, so you are interacting with a computer that is of your frequency. No more, no less. As your frequency rises, so does the frequency of the computer you interact with. Your computers run on subhuman frequencies, so they drain you. And you realized this lately and walked away. Me, thank you, Adama. I didn't know why, so thank you. Adama, you're most welcome, Sheran. Your people cannot continue to protest, then go home and comply with the rest of the enslavement they have learned to consider normal. You saw Max Igan's video where he talked about people wanting to be free, and you commented on it as well. You said that freedom was taken away when an economic system was implemented, not now. You have not been living in freedom, you are already slaves to the system. Why Max Igan wouldn't understand this, who knows? Me, I do because Ivo told me so. Adama, so you know more than so many who produce videos online. Me, I'm not bragging about it. I just spread the information to get the truth out there. Adama, and so you should. You're doing the correct thing with the information you gain. Me, I also saw a post that said that masks take away your individuality. Sure, if your individuality is skin deep. It doesn't take mine away, mine comes from my soul, not my personality. Adama, and so many still think as physical beings. Wearing a mask is dehumanizing if you wish to see it that way. Or it can be nothing. Your people are so intent on assigning meaning to things and then fighting that meaning. Why not just say it's nothing? Me, well, it stands for an evil agenda. Adama, it does. It is a sign of things to come. However, it does nothing to remove your individuality and so assign it no meaning. Don't fear it. Don't hate it. Don't react to it. Just wear one if you have to, but don't react to it. Then you have assigned it no meaning and it doesn't affect your consciousness. Me, interesting. I hate the things. Wait a minute. I'd like to discuss this in more detail, Adama. That's a very interesting point you made. Something I feel we need to look at in more detail. You said that we assign meaning to things and that the mask is affecting our consciousness. So don't let it by not assigning it meaning. Be neutral towards it and don't let it affect your consciousness is what you're saying? Adama, I am. All the things that are being implemented to control you are being done to affect your consciousness. It is done to make you feel a particular way. By not assigning meaning to it, by seeing it as placebo, it does not affect your consciousness and they cannot affect you that way. Me, Never thought of that. Adama, you are reactors. You react to everything. You have mindsets that resent having restrictions put upon you, but you also accept and fight for the restrictions you have come to think of as familiar and supportive of you. You all want to continue working and you all want to continue to pay with money. Think beyond that. Envision a life where your traditional jobs aren't necessary because all is free. I realize that you've been so enslaved for so many years, and so you have to move towards true freedom one step at a time. Those with ET minds like yourself, can already envision this because that's what you're comfortable with, not the restrictions and limitations of earthly life. So they are restricting you now. When you don't take any heed, they have accomplished nothing. However, I would say that it takes a strong mind not to react to having a face mask on, being made to line up and walk down aisles with arrows, as well as not being able to be with your cat as he is examined by the doctor. Me, I know. Adama, when you react, they have you where they want you. Your entire world is reacting right now. Everyone is. And as we discussed, they will use your reaction to benefit themselves. Me, interesting. Adama, there is merit in ignoring, truly being unaffected by, something. Me, it's hard to ignore it when you know what's coming. Adama, I know. So for many, this is a poor course of action, one they can't adhere to. But when you don't react, your consciousness isn't affected and you still maintain control over your life and your mind. You still create the circumstances you want to see, despite anything they might do to you. Try not to react and continue to put your plans forward. Don't see the people who wear them as being any different than you are. These people are of lower consciousness and they allow themselves to be controlled. That's the difference between you and them. You are not controllable. Me, you bet I'm not. I have a lot to change yet before I leave this planet. Adama, and so you will. People will follow you, as they already do, because they know you are their path to freedom. Me, I've got the guts to do it too. Adama, we'll meet when you get your home. We'll forge a tunnel underneath your home and our tunnel will connect with the ships that land on your lawn. It will be a wonderful connection point for those of higher consciousness on Earth to that of the stars. Me, I have to think of a name for the city. So far I call it NCC, but I want to come up with a really cosmic name that suits its purpose. Got any ideas? Adama, let me think about it. I'll let you know. Me, thanks. Something about connection, love, peace, the stars. I thought about Ivoville, but that sounds lame. Hippie Haven was another one I came up with. But that's lame too. It has to be big, crystal-like, like Atlantis, although it will probably have more humble beginnings. For sure. So thank you for your input, Adama. I've got more things I want to speak about, so we'll talk soon. Adama, thank you for this opportunity, Sheran.